Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all really well. I hope you enjoyed the zodiac readings that I did for the new moon. If you did like them, let me know because I'll do more. I always used to read for zodiac signs when I was posting on YouTube more regularly, and then I stopped doing it because obviously there are 12 and it's a lot of work to do to record 12 videos, edit them and upload them. So I did them as shorter readings this time. So feel free to give me your feedback on that if you thought that was a good thing to do. I am also offering now ancestor readings. I've been doing a lot of work with the ancestors over the last couple of years. Things have accelerated for me in terms of my spiritual connection to ancestors in the world of spirit. Occasionally, our dearly departed loved ones do come through during readings. People have asked me that before. I'm not a trained medium, but I do have a really good connection to spirit. So I have started offering what I'm calling ancestor readings. And during those readings, I'm attempting to connect in, obviously, with the spirits of the ancestors. Mine are very strong and very present, but I will also attempt to connect in with your ancestors as well. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take a few cards this evening to start us off from our ancestor deck, okay? Then I've got 2 tarot decks, so I've got a few questions from people, things that they would like to know, but I'm going to start with a collective reading. Okay, we have got a full moon in Leo on Thursday, which is tomorrow, here in the UK. Now I just want to talk a little bit about Leo actually, because this is not a typical full moon in Leo. If you have a look on this beautiful card here of the lion, it says shine down here at the bottom. Okay, and that's because Leo is really all about letting yourself shine. It's the courage that we associate with a lion, the strength that we associate with a lion, but it's also about self-love. It's about doing things that are right for you in a similar sort of way to Aries, which is also about doing what's right for you. But Leo is asking us to really love ourselves and to be confident. It's about confidence. It's being able to enter a room and hold a conversation, that kind of confidence. Okay, doing things that are for our greater good through self-love, self-care practices. And there are some other things at play at the moment under this full moon, some other planets which are creating some very high voltage energies. Now they are positive and negative, if you want to look at them that way. I prefer to say like higher expression, lower expression. And we have the opportunity with this full moon to try and decide which of those energies we want to integrate into our lives, because you may have had a slightly strange week so far. On the 20th of January, Pluto entered Aquarius, and it activated Uranus. Okay, now Uranus is concerned with Kundalini energy. It's a very passionate, creative, fiery energy. It's, like I say, very high voltage, and it can feel a bit chaotic. So if things have not been going according to plan for you this week, then that is why. Okay, so I just wanted to bring that up. All right, let's see what the ancestors have got to say for us. Thank you, Spirit. Please come into these cards with clarity and truth for the collective this evening under this full moon in Leo. I have got a very strong connection this evening. Spirits have been very eager for me to do this reading, which is why I'm using the ancestor deck. Just incidentally, if this means anything to anybody, I have somebody in the world of spirit called Bill, who's been with me for a few weeks now. He's very present today. So if the name Bill means anything to anybody, please get in touch. It might be time for you to have an ancestor reading. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Anything else? Wonderful. I'm going to take that one. And one more, please, Spirit. Okay, lovely. Thank you. Right, I've got 3 cards here to start us off this evening. So let's see what's coming in for us all as a group. I've got the card of minerals, which is about it's about foundations. It's about being solid. It's what things are made up of. Okay, so laying those foundations. Now, the interesting thing is that last August, there was a full moon in Leo. And at that time, if you might want to look back, if you want to look back on your social media or your journal or whatever you want to do, have a look and see what was happening in mid-August last year. Because at that time, it was very dramatic, I seem to remember. There was a lot going on with regards to relationships. But we were planting seeds at that time, and things were happening that were creating a growth that we are now going to see the culmination of with this full moon this week. Okay, so I think that's what this card is trying to tell us. It's looking at what things are made up of. What were those seeds that were being planted back in August? Because that will give us a really good idea of what's coming in for us this week. Okay, I've got a card here for the actor, the performer as well. So I don't know if there's somebody in spirit that's related to anybody here that had anything to do with acting or performing, being on stage, but that card has come through. Now obviously with Leo, it's about, like I say, confidence, putting yourself out there, showing off your best abilities. It, you know, it is a card of the aesthetic as well. It's beauty, it's that majesty that we think of when we think of a lion, and really putting yourself out there and allowing yourself to shine. And I think that's what this card is telling us as well. I'm also getting through that for some of you, it may feel that there are people in your lives at the moment that are wearing masks that perhaps aren't giving you the whole truth. And I'm going to explain a little bit more why I say that, because there are these polarities within the energy this week. As I said, if you want to call it positive and negative, you can do, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about what those are. I've also got the card of compassion come out here as well, the healer card. So some of you may be looking at healing at the moment. You might be going through some healing practices. Maybe you're going to visit somebody, a therapist of some sort, for some healing. I'm being given Reiki as well. Some people might be receiving Reiki treatments this week. It's a card of compassion, having compassion for others, but we're really on this huge healing journey because of those things that happened last August. You know, things are brought to light at the moment, and we're needing to heal. There's a very, very strong energetic emphasis on letting go of what is not serving you. It's like those the final dregs of all those things that we've been working on over the past year, letting go of those things that are no longer serving you. Okay, because we can embrace the really wonderful qualities of Leo this week, but there's work to do first. So this is not going to be we're already in the shadow of the full moon anyway, okay, because it tends to be a few days either side. There is work to be done. If you want to embrace the qualities, the positive qualities of this full moon, you're going to have to do some work. Now obviously the full moon's tomorrow, so tonight, tomorrow, and then the day after, you know, really work on eliminating these things from our life that are going to hold us back. Now there's a real separation. It's like I say, that it's because Uranus is activated at the moment, so it's a really strong manifesting energy, but we can only do that if we let go. We need to create space in our lives to bring other things in. So think of it as cleaning or sweeping the floor, cleaning house. Get rid of, push away, get rid of all those things that aren't serving you to bring in the more positive aspects. Okay, so some of you might be feeling physically affected at the moment. Those who are typically more sensitive are feeling it in their bodies. Okay, so your nervous system might need a little bit of help this week, a little bit of care there as well. There's a lot happening. It's not all kind of, you know, sunny, confident, wonderful Leo. So yes, healing. Some people might be healing as well, or going to visit a healer. Some of you may have somebody in the world of spirit, an ancestor that worked in a healing field, like a doctor, a nurse, yeah, I keep keep giving Reiki and crystals. Okay, so I'm going to put those to one side, but that's a little starter. What I'm going to do is the people that have asked for readings tonight, they've asked a question. I might put an ancestor card for each of you as I go through those. Okay, so stay around for that. Right, let's have a look at the tarot now. Let's see what the tarot's got to say for us. Okay. So we've got several planets in play this week. We have Taurus, we have Scorpio, Aquarius, Pluto and Leo. So constellations and planets there. Now, because Pluto is in play, it does tend to highlight these lower expressions of the sign. Okay, so that's why I'm saying it's a very strong energy this week. Those particular qualities, they may manifest as things like a feeling of scarcity, like a fear of being able to survive, and that includes financial security, because Taurus is very much linked to our finances. Okay, so that might be coming up for a lot of people at the moment. There are themes around manipulation and power struggles as well, but also there's a feeling for some of you of not feeling special, not feeling prioritized by others perhaps, but also a feeling of needing validation as well. Some of you might be really needing other people to step up for you at the moment and to show you how they feel. Like you need that confirmation, that validation. I mean, tarot is a wonderful tool for that. I always say that tarot is more like just confirmation of what you already know. But some of you might be reaching out to people, asking them for validation this week. Okay, so those are some of the energies to be aware of. After we release these things, and we release these things that are no longer serving us, we can then bring the archetypes of the planets and the constellations into their exalted state. Okay, so what that means is a really high level of intelligence. That is an energy we can play with this week with Aquarius. It means a deep metamorphosis. It means stepping into strength, self-love, as I've said, good physical health. Taurus is very connected to the body. Obviously, the lion is a very strong, muscular animal as well. So those might be things that people are thinking about at this time. Okie dokie. What else, Spirit, please? What else is coming up for the collective this week? What else is coming up for the collective this week? Okay, I will take these. Okay, I've got some swords coming up here. Okay. Some of you are going to be having some really adult conversations this week, looking for the clarity and truth coming in. Okay. Some of you have had something that you've been holding on to, a truth or something that you've wanted to say that you've been holding on to, okay, that you haven't been revealing. You've been keeping it quite close to your chest. But the problem with this is that it can eat you up inside. If you carry it around for too long, it can begin to become a part of you. It become rooted in yourself. And I feel that this week, for a lot of you, that truth will now come out. You'll be having these adult conversations. Some of you are very guarded as well. Putting up some healthy boundaries. But again, this is very internalized. This is almost putting up energetic boundaries. I'm seeing less of speaking those truths and more of holding those truths and those boundaries within us. And it's almost like hoping that other people will notice. That you're not actively doing anything. You're just hoping that other people will notice. And I've got the wonderful World card, which is absolutely perfect for this energy of trying to release and let go. This really is the end of a cycle and the end of an era for a lot of people at the moment. Okay, and you see this beautiful fetus there. This is the birth of something new. We've got an infinity symbol here. Okay, so this is the perfect cycle. This is the Ouroboros. You can see the snake eating its own tail here. This is the never-ending infinity of the cycle of change, of death and rebirth. Okay, so for a lot of people this week, definitely it is time to end that cycle, whatever it is that you're holding on to. It can be a relationship with a person that you've been holding on to that you really need to let go. It can be a behavior, because we've got Taurus in play. It can be something to do with the physical health, like an addiction or an unhealthy practice in your life, something that you need to let go of this week. For some of you, you're going to be physically moving as well. Travel is involved. However, I also see you sitting in an energy of abundance this week as well. So you have the ability here as the Empress to basically anything you touch may grow this week. For some of you, this will mean pregnancy also. So if you're looking, if you're trying for a baby, this could be a week of good news for you. But this is a card of abundance. So it's those seeds that have been planted, you're now they're germinating. You're able to let those grow and nurture them into something really solid. Something really wonderful for the future. And there's a lot of beauty around you. I see a lot of you... I'm seeing people like getting their hair done, getting their nails done, thinking about their physical appearance, because, yeah, Leo is very focused with the physical appearance as well. And generally, Leos like aesthetics. They like things to look nice. They like, they can like designer clothes or a particular brand or a particular style that they're very passionate about. Okay, so I see a lot of you doing those sort of self-care practices as well. I've got a King of Cups here. So there are some deep feelings and emotions coming to the fore this week. But for some of you, and I think it's for those of you that are feeling quite boundaried at the moment, it's because there is somebody in your life that is not really telling you how they feel. I think that they feel very strongly, okay? It doesn't have to be a lover. It can be somebody else related to you or a friend, but somebody that feels very, very deeply. Somebody quite highly emotionally intelligent. It's just not somebody who messes around. It's not somebody who plays a game. But what I'm getting is, because they are not being very forthcoming with the way that they feel, it's creating this boundary between you. And I feel like, this is the truth maybe that you want to bring out, that you want to ask that question. How do you really feel? Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more, go a little bit deeper with this. Thank you, Spirit. Why have we got the Ace of Swords here for the collective this week? Why have we got the Ace of Swords? Thank you. That Bill is still with me. Maybe I'll see if I can connect in with him a bit more in a bit, but he just keeps giving me his name. Okay, now I've got a Queen of Cups, which goes with our King of Cups here. That is wonderful. We have got a pair. We've got a match. We've got a pair. We've got a King and a Queen of Cups. Okay, so that tells me that for a lot of you, this is very much a week to do with love, relationships and emotions. All right, so the Queen of Cups is very demonstrative. Now, this is interesting because... do you remember how I was saying about this truth that you're holding inside yourself? Well, with the Queen of Cups here, she's actually the opposite of that. She's demonstrative. She's quite happy to talk about how she feels, okay? So I feel like for a lot of you this week, it's about the courage. Step into that courage of Leo to talk and express yourself, express your feelings and your truth, okay? If you do that, I think we might find that the King of Cups begins to open up a little bit. But let's keep going. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, why is it here, please? Okay. The Hanged One in reverse. So this is about changing perspective. And it's really interesting because one of the things I've written down on my notes for this week is the destabilization of perspective. Okay, so... it's very transformative metamorphosis energy at the moment. And again, you're waiting and you're holding on, okay, to say whatever this thing is that you've wanted to say, that what's made you put this boundary up because you haven't been able to say it. You're waiting too long, okay? So don't hang around with that anymore. you might have to change your perspective as to how you're going about this and to do it a different way. And what I'm seeing here within the cards is that that way is to be open and honest about how you're feeling. All right, my loves. Okay, why have I got the World here, please, Spirit? Seven of Cups. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is a card of options. So you brought something to an end. Now you have options. This is what I was saying at the beginning. We have the opportunity here to choose which energies we want to use this week. There are the less positive and the more positive energies. We have options. And the one thing that this full moon in Leo is really bringing in for us is that idea of options. All right. So I can see that some of you are trying to make a decision. It can be really, really hard to decide which way to go. So with the options, it could be career related. It could be, I mean, it can be like selecting things. It can be selecting objects, like trying to choose between something for the home, like, I don't know, choose between curtains or something that you want to purchase. But for a lot of you, I'm being told that this is more career related or related to where your path is going in life, you know, where you're being drawn to go. You've got options about where you want to go next. Okay, and for some of you that's causing a little bit of confusion. You're not sure if the current decision is the right one, that you haven't made your mind up completely yet. With the Queen of Swords here as well, though, we've got two queens. We've got Queens of Swords and Queens of Cups. Okay, so there's definitely a balance needed at the moment between head and heart. Trying to make the right decision. Are you choosing what your brain is telling you to do or what your heart is telling you to do? Okay, this is what I'm getting for some of you at the moment. It's a decision between head and heart that some of you are trying to make. Why is the Empress here? Thank you, Spirit. That was very quick. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. Again, finding a balance. So the Two of Pentacles talks about two things. Look, they're trying to juggle, balance two pentacles there. Again, it's trying to decide between the two things. There's the thing, there's the head and the heart. Can you see one is in the background and one is in the foreground? It's almost like there's the dream and the reality. Yeah, the dream and the reality. And you're trying to decide, can I bring the dream into reality, or is it just meant to be a dream? I don't know who wants to take that, but that's a very clear message. Can I bring the dream into reality, or is it meant to be a dream? Okay, why have we got the King of Cups here, please? Oh, thank you very much. Okay, Temperance. Yeah, okay. So with Temperance, we're being told that, again, it's being patient. Everything will happen when it's supposed to happen. Okay. The card of Temperance is a divinely guided card. So it tells me that what's happening at the moment is it is divinely guided, and it's okay to express the way that you feel. Okay. If this is about your career, if this is resonating for you with regards to those choices that you're making at the moment with career, then I think it's okay for you to talk about that and express that. You don't have to keep it to yourself, because I get, for some of you, there's a feeling of people might think you're crazy if you start talking about these dreams of things that you want to grow. And it is a very spiritual thing as well. This is a very, very deep personal gnosis and knowledge and knowing that is spiritual. And for some of you, you're feeling as though if you express this, either people aren't going to listen, or people aren't, you know, there's something bad that can happen from you expressing it. And what the cards are saying is, don't feel that way. Okay, it's perfectly okay. Stop holding that in. For some of you, it's relationships. For some of you, it's career. But it's essentially the same message. Okay, just, there's no need to hold it in. You have the ability here to change the situation. And I think if this is romantic and you open up and you express how it is that you feel, I think it has the ability to change that King of Cups, and you might then find that that person is a lot more expressive towards you. Okay, that's what I'm being given there. Temperance is really about alchemy, being able to turn one situation into another situation. All right, so I can see that there are two different energies coming out in this reading. What I'm going to do is switch decks. Oh my gosh, I'm on 25 minutes. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this in a minute, and then I'm going to go and record a second video for those that have asked questions. Okay, I think that's probably a better way of doing it. All right, Spirit, thank you. Can we just ask, for those that are looking at love, is there anything else we need to know? Thank you, Spirit. For those that are looking at love, is there anything else we need to know? Thank you, Spirit. Is there anything else we need to know for those that are looking at love? Thank you. Yeah, look at that. Two of Cups. This is soulmate energy. It's a very strong emotional, spiritual connection with somebody. And I don't use the term soulmate lightly. It's the meeting of minds. It's the meeting of, you know, two people coming together. You can see how they're looking at each other very intently, deeply. Like they can see into each other's souls. Okay, on this card, it doesn't show it as well, but usually the arms are entwined so that they can drink from each other's cups because they're willing to give to one another. And that's how spiritually entwined they are. Okay, but that's what I'm getting for a lot of you. Anything else, please, Spirit? Thank you. Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. Burgeoning ideas, the beginning ideas of something, the development of something. Okay, so yes, that idea, that dream that you want to bring into reality, trying to balance up and make the right decision. What do I do with this? What is the right decision? How should I proceed? Am I making the right decision? Because it's still quite new. It's early days. You've got the World card here, so you've only just closed out that cycle. Okay, this is the incubation of this idea, this dream that you want to bring into reality, or something that's, it's like the early stages, okay, because you've got a page. So this is that beginning part. He's got a pentacle, he's got a little bit of something, but he's not quite sure what to do with it. Okay, all right, my loves, I hope that helps a little bit. I'm going to go on now and record a second video, so watch out for that. Like I say, I'm taking bookings now. I've had a couple of weeks off, but if anybody would like a reading with me, please do get in touch. But for now, I will say goodbye and I will send my love with you. Have a blessed week.